Palantir stock is rising at a rate not seen before since the COVID bubble. AI stocks are shooting towards the moon. But is it just a fad, or is Palantir creating something that will change our lives and the world forever? AI technology is here, and Palantir is at the forefront. With data analysis becoming more and more common, with every business needing to consider Palantir for business, as data collection so far has been hard to find solutions. Don't fear, Palantir is here. As the digital world is having more impact on the real world, and in Palantir's case, they are building an unstoppable product that could lead them to be the next trillion-dollar company right here, right now at Financial Guru. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. They are about to give customers meaningful insight into their own data so they can make the right decisions to improve business performance. So how do they do that? Well, let's have a look at Palantir and see how this company could go to the moon. Palantir builds detailed, magnificent, meaningful software for data analysis, for army, the government, for national, all around the world, as well as commercial institutions. Palantir collects this data for many different places to make decisions in real time. Palantir spreads to more and more bigger companies, the more likely we are going to see more and more investment. Once the big companies get more and more involved, you expect this company to keep going, growing and growing. What makes Palantir so special is that they're able to take an old company who may be not as well diverse in the data analysis and giving them a digital platform to replicate their current business operations, which allows them to find out new data they can use to make their own research towards improving their own business. What a company takes a year to analyze through spending millions and millions of dollars on resource staff, Palantir can do in days. That's the difference. You don't need to spend all this money on people. They can cut out jobs, save business money that way, and be able to continue to use the Palantir platform on and on to improve their business with much quicker rate, so they can understand their business much quicker. So it makes sense for them in the long term to invest into Palantir. One of the biggest issues for you believe in Palantir would be the consulting part, but Palantir has figured out a business model that the end user can make most of the decisions, and Palantir will come in on top and help with anything they have real big questions on, and they go from there. So the consulting time takes a lot shorter period than in the past. What Palantir will do well is keeping data secure, which is a big thing for a lot of companies. So you've seen breaches for a lot of different companies over the years. Palantir is at the forefront and one of the best in terms of data security. So being able to have all this data on the one platform is huge for Palantir. Also the access to Palantir, the permissions, because it's a real big complex business model. You can have certain sectors needing to have permissions where others don't need it. So being able to easily access that and have people, that admin that can make changes quickly is very good. And also what Palantir does well is they have their Apollo software, which is able to to make quick decisions on the fly without completely changing your operations. So if they need to make a decision to go, um, if your company has gone from, say, just a software company and next month they want to start getting into the hardware or they want to do e-commerce, then Palantir are able to use the Apollo platform to quickly change what needs to be changed to provide you with great service towards without having to completely stop your operations, and your software continues to run beautifully and satisfactory for you. Now, Palantir now has got you on board and your business, and how does the business get the data analyzed? Through ETL, which means extraction, translate, and locate. So this looks for errors, inconsistencies in the data, and reformats it into an easier researchable device, which we're going to talk about very shortly. They have added this device in on top of what Apollo already has. So a client, say like Meta Platforms, needs the analysis created for them. They have a big data warehouse which stores all this information for them safely and securely for each sector, which also allows for all the policy, the procedures, the laws, the government laws, everything that they need for their business towards success. Now you add on AIP, the new artificial intelligence platform, just like ChatGPT, that has been added to the Palantir universe, gives more variety for the end user, focused on design on the specific company. So ChatGPT is all rounded, but this can be really designed for your company to find all the information on your company very quickly and in real time, and all being all part of the one product is beautiful stuff for the investors out there looking for Palantir to get $1 trillion. AIP product is able to analyze company data and give you the answers quick and in real time, while also it can go back into the future and give you answers on your revenue growth in 2019. What's your waste management have you improved over the last 2 years, and so forth. You can really get to the nitty gritty very quickly using the AIP platform. This is the big thing what you need to look with when you're looking at Palantir. Is this going to be the mind-blowing technology that blows them out of the world? Well, time will tell. What do we need from Palantir to grow into their next $1 trillion company? Well, first off, we need to get to real profitability. We've got the GAAP profitability, but we need to see it on the balance sheet as net income. And I tell you what, that is the game changer for Palantir towards that $1 trillion mark. Boom! As soon as that happens and the S&P 500 becomes a reality, whether it's going to be by the end of this year or into next year, it is coming. And when it's coming, this stock instantly could 3x, if not more, just by having S&P 500, because all the mutual funds and ETFs are going to have to put Palantir into their roster, and there's millions and billions of dollars coming into the Palantir stock, and that's where you can see it rise and rise to the moon, which every Palantir shareholder is hoping, or people are potentially looking at going to Palantir. This is stuff you can do more research on to see where they're going to improve. So this is a few of the steps here in Palantir I think could use or could start new companies if they haven't already started, or not new companies, but just new products that they could add to what they've already got, new ways of getting their product out there. So to me, what you'll see is obviously that's the first step, and then once the S&P 500, and you have the bigger players like the Bill Gates, the Warren Buffetts, Manish Prapar, when this company, if it goes up to the hundreds of billions, this is when they can start investing, and then when they invest and it goes up, it just snowballs effect, which can push it up to that $1 trillion eventually. So that is a possibility, no guarantee. But what do they need to do to get these people involved? Well, this is a few things that they can do. Obviously, they got to get to the medium and small business, which they're already starting to do, but they need to get a bit more hands-on there and really push for that. They have a product out there already, which with the Foundry Builders product, which is already there, ready to use on a subscription basis, which helps get startup businesses into the Palantir network before they go fully into Palantir. But if Palantir can make everything cheaper for those guys down lower, look out. Every company can be involved, and that can mean Palantir is taking over the world. Could Palantir be the next Google and have their own search engine, which is even better AI? I'm going to get to this shortly. Well, I'll get to it right now. My dangers though: Google, Microsoft, you got Apple, you got Meta, may buy, even Tesla may buy out this stock. Why? Because they could use that intelligence in their own thing to become super strong, as well as passing on to other companies to use and make their company more stronger. So that is the danger here for Palantir shareholders. They could get brought out, and if it's going to, it'll probably happen within the next couple of years because they get too expensive later on. So it's going to be interesting if this all happen. Palantir could also start up a hardware business, do their own laptops, etc. They could be the one-stop shop with an e-commerce label as well. This is just stuff that they can use the AI technology for. They could start up their own EVs if they don't want to join in with a Tesla, an Apple, Toyota, Ford, Neo, all these different companies trying to be the next, the top autonomous driving. Palantir's data analysis can be very handful for them as they grow towards $1 trillion. So Palantir, AI is taking over the world. Palantir are at the forefront. They need to really get, and obviously this is one I've been talking about a few times on this channel, they need to get more into the selling of Palantir. That has been the weakness in this company. They have one of the strongest workforces in the world, but their sales team has been not up to standard. If they can get a couple here, this is Alex Karp, hasn't liked salespeople, but he needs to really get into it. He needs to get into people that really believe in the product, that he knows they believe in the product and can sell it beautifully to everyone in the simple terms, which will make it easier for people to get into Palantir. I think that is the biggest failing they've had so far, Palantir, for going really to the moon. If they get the sales team going, I'll tell you what, Palantir could be the next $1 trillion company. Thank you for watching here at Financial Guru. Remember to subscribe to the channel so we can spread the love of Palantir all around the world. And tap the like button because you are the best. And share this video so everyone in the Palantirverse can get this beautiful video to learn more about Palantir's future. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you at the next video. Palantir to trillion.